Welcome to the Popish Plot. I'm Nate.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Mike.
And today we're here with a song that is actually, relatively speaking, theologically accurate, or as we would call it, good theology.
Now, bad theology is generally more fun because we can just laugh at it, but good theology is much more edifying and encouraging.
Especially when you find it in the wild. You know, they weren't trying to be theologically good. They just kind of stumbled into it.
Mm-hmm. Well, because Jesus Christ is the truth. So wherever there is truth, you will find him.
Yes. So today we're going to be talking about You Found Me by the Fray. This was from, I don't know, 20 years ago, somewhere in there.
We don't
keep track of that.
References.
No.
Ridiculous.
No, as it is, I was thinking that this one clearly it is, in our discussion, a sequel to one of the earlier ones Nate did, because it's about, God not answering the phone. And here, the last one I think you did without, it being one of the, final four was, what if God was one of us, where no one was calling God, except for the Pope.
Mm-hmm. Except for the Pope maybe in Rome. Yeah.
It's very important for someone to learn, God does not have a telephone.
At the same time, God has all the telephones.
Yeah, that's the tension of the Christian life.
Yes, but if God called you on a phone, every single celebrity exorcist would insist that it's a demon, no matter what it was saying.
Yes, but you should just ignore what celebrity exorcists say.
Well, of course. Those two words don't go together.
Exorcists are supposed to do what they do in secret.
In fairness, if you got a phone call and the person on the other end, and you answered it, and the person on the end said they were God, odds are you would not believe that they were telling you the truth.
Well, of course, it would be some sound that you can both comprehend immediately, but not understand or repeat, and then your ear would bleed just a little bit afterwards.
So, you found me.
Yep, you found me.
Harkening back to the Old Testament prophets, where he complains to God about how God is clearly acting like a schmuck and not being useful for him.
And then God tells him to shut up.
No, I don't think we get that. I don't think we get the setup portion in this song.
Depending on how you read the song, there's a certain, question on who is alive at the end of the song. So.
Mm-hmm.
But it speaks to the human condition. This is, as Mike pointed out when we were discussing it, a cri de coeur, a cry from the heart.
Which is clearly a classic long-term thing, because it was, in French, back when that was the language everyone used.
The lingua franca, as it were?
Yes.
Yes.
I want to say that in the worst American accent possible.
Absolutely.
Just because English is
lingua franca. Yeah. I found God on the corner of First and Amistad.
All alone, smoking his last cigarette.
No. This one, we've had an argument about whether this is good or bad theology, because of course God has infinite cigarettes if you wanted to smoke them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, it wouldn't. If he was smoking his last, even if you came up and said, "Can I bum one?" the response would be, "Sure, this is the last one I got, but you're welcome to it."
And the next guy who needs one,
"This is the last one I got, but you're welcome to it." Yeah, but.
You would just open the pack and it would have one.
Exactly.
But
it would slowly float up approximately an inch so you can grab it.
I don't know if it just suddenly appears. There's always at least one.
But the song starts there with a casual encountering of God in the world. Mm-hmm.
Which, depending on the storyline of if we're following the lyrics, if we're following the music video, is not so much they were randomly out and they saw someone who was God, but more he is at his lowest moment.
Mm-hmm. But we'll get there.
Continuing. I said, "Where have you been?" He said, "Ask anything." And this is when the cry.
He's already asked a question.
I understand. That's the way people operate.
I'm here now. Ask anything.
And so this is when God hears him pour out his complaint, like the psalmist or Jeremiah.
Exactly. He cries out about how, where were you when I was at what before now was my lowest point. Mm-hmm. And all I needed was you, and you weren't there.
In some storyline possibly involving a girlfriend.
Based on the video, based on the depictions in the video.
No,
there's
it's in the lyrics.
things
Oh
about her,
yeah,
too,
no,
you know?
that's true.
Plus, we all learned many years ago from the first Spiderman movie, this story, like all stories worth telling, is about a girl.
And then we need more pictures of Spider-Man.
And upside down kissing. Where were you when everything was falling apart? All my days were spent by a telephone that never rang.
And all I needed was a call that never came.
Lost and insecure, you found me, lying on the floor, surrounded.
Why'd you have to wait? Where were you? Just a little late. You found me.
A lot of times, this is how we feel.
Yeah.
There are very few people who truly don't believe in God. But there are many people who believe in him but don't have any kind of active relationship with him.
See, I expected you were going off the thing that there was, the goth, and then there was the emo. And just like every, decade and a half, we need a new subgroup where we're like, we dress in black and we're depressed.
It's a perennial thing. It goes by many different names.
Yeah.
Because of the movie The Crow, I will always have positive associations with it, even though it's not my thing. Mm-hmm. But
It almost got a foundation shade that was right for me.
yeah, but most people don't turn to God when things are going well. They don't think when they have a hit song or things are going great in their relationship. Hey, God, thank you. We should talk.
I mean, unless they're a pro sports person.
Well,
And then they're required to thank God and either their mama or their girlfriend in the thing. And the team and
But
someone from the team.
well, we can disagree. I think most of those protestations are fairly genuine. Now, it has become acceptable in sport to express your faith, but there's lots of guys who don't do it, so I tend to believe that the ones who do are being sincere. But many people don't turn to God until things appear to be falling apart. He feels lonely. He feels abandoned. He feels that his phone never rings. And the same place where he met God is the same place where he's always been waiting for a call that never comes. And he wonders, why were you so late? Why'd you have to wait? Where were you? Where were you? Just a little late.
Clearly, he's not read Lord of the Rings. That one of the many, characters in the Lord of the Rings, of which all of the good guys are in some way, God is never late. They're always on time.
That's wizard propaganda. It's the wizard who tells us about wizards.
Yeah. No, but the point that Mike makes about the relationship is actually really important to this, because it's not until this lowest moment when oftentimes many people need God, and they
acknowledge their need for God.
Acknowledge
always
their need for
God,
but they acknowledge their need for God.
Yeah.
But there's also, along with it, this expectation that despite the fact that they've been trying to perfectly well live without him all this time, that the moment that they recognize that they need him, that he should be there.
Yeah, and sometimes accompanied by anger of, well, where were you?
It's where we get this. It's where we get the same sort of attitudes of, well, this bad thing happened, so you can't be a good guy, because if you were a good guy, this bad thing wouldn't have happened.
Mm-hmm. But again, if you read your Bible, the Lord addresses that. But yes,
I mean,
but
there are answers for the problem of evil, but they're all hard and complicated, and there's part of people's minds that are like, yeah, but like if this changed, then it would change everyone, and there'd be no people that were jerks, and you could have complete free will, but still people wouldn't be jerks, because that's what the main problem boils down to. You either get free will or you get no jerks.
Well, there will come a time when we all have free will and there are no jerks in the world to come. We just get frustrated because right now we're still in the testing ground, determining whether or not we make the cut to live in the world without jerks or the bad place with only jerks.
Yes. Do we get to go to? Do we get to go to?
Froyo?
No froyo.
No, I watched an entire TV series that was very good that suggests that the bad place has froyo.
And I suggest that is bad theology.
I believe that they have froyo. I'm also pretty sure you don't want that froyo.
froyo, and it tastes. But now we get to what caused the gentleman's crisis.
Yes. In the end, everyone ends up alone. Losing her, the only one who's ever known who I am, no way to know how long she will be next to me.
So, his heart's been broken.
He's experienced real loss. And he expected that it had, and at least the way it seems, is the expectation was that if God had been there, the loss would not have occurred.
Well, he had put his faith in...
I mean, again, that is very biblical. Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. All right, let's go to the tomb. No, he smells now.
I had to not be here to glorify God. You'll find out in a minute.
Like, literally, like 10 minutes. Just to walk to the cave.
Also, we're going to have to do this rigmarole with your sister, and then it'll be fine.
Hold my wine. This is going to be awesome.
But so many times we make idols of even the good things in our life. Mm-hmm. You know, the protagonist of the song had a relationship with a woman. We'll presume that his love was, you know, deep and sincere, and now that has either fallen apart or there's at least a tiff, now he's having a crisis of faith, and when the false idol fails him, he turns to the God that he normally ignores. Lost and insecure, you found me lying on the floor. Surrounded, why'd you have to wait? Where were you? Just a little late. You found me. And I think that's the really good theology.
Yeah.
Biblical religion is the only story where the Lord condescends to come down to us. Where, you know, he walks among us just like us in everything but sin. He puts himself through all of that in the incarnation. He suffers a shameful death for no other reason than to spare me from my own freely chosen mistakes. He finds me. It was not me who chose him. He chose me.
Then we get a last little verse before the end. Early morning the city breaks, but I've been calling for years and years and years and years, and you never left me no messages. You never sent me no letters. You've got some kind of nerve, taking all I want. Suddenly we go back to his idol right there. Mm-hmm. You know, it wasn't your place to take her away from me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this would not be the first piece of literature based off the fact of why did this person I like die? Now I'm going to explain how every single layer of hell works.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
At least in this case, he appears to have actually been dating the woman and not just staring at her from afar.
Oh, those are the best. Those are the best. Yeah, I saw this girl once from across the bridge. It was amazing. I'm going to now write an epic poem about her. Never talked to her.
What's her name? I don't know.
I'm calling her Elizabeth. Beatrice.
I don't know. I never met her, but we'll call her Beatrice.
I'm really mad about my city-state of Italy kicking me out.
Yeah,
I'm going to put them in hell.
Well, exile does suck.
I'm going to have an adventure with my best friend, Virgil.
I'm going to be with all the righteous pagans. But for years and years and years, you never left me no messages. You never sent me no letters. You got some kind of nerve taking all I want. This is his anger speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and this is how people act. It's like, well, where's God? I've never heard God speaking to me. Well, do you ever take the time to actually listen? I've never heard God speaking. Well, we have the sacred scriptures, which is God speaking to us. Do you ever read those? But it's okay. God can take it. You know, pour out your anger. Not that we should be angry with God, but he understands that we're immature, that we're petty, that we're stupid.
Well, and sometimes that anger stands in the way. You gotta sort of kick it out.
And that's the only way. You gotta let it out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, and again, he can take it. Pour out your anger on him. He's gonna be fine. And once that anger's out of the way, your heart may be open.
Just remember, in your pouring out of your anger, stay righteous about it. Because there are some people who pour out their anger and they come out cleaner on the outside. And there are some people who pour out their anger and somehow make themselves dirty in the process.
And it just generates more anger. And yeah. But lost and insecure, you found me. Just a little late, you found me, you found me. So 3 times in the final choruses,
You found me.
You found me. God is looking for you. Now, it's not that he doesn't know where you are. He knows exactly where every atom in your body is. Heisenberg ain't got nothing on him. He knows it all. But he's looking for you. And so often, we're just like our first parents. We're there in the garden, hiding. He's looking for us. Let him find you. And then, unlike our first parents, let him forgive you. He paid a terrible price to forgive you. Let him give you that gift. Why'd you have to wait to find me? He's only waiting because we're hiding. Because we won't let ourselves be found. I know this from my own experience. I grew up in the church. But I was really bad at it for a long time because I was actively hiding from God.
Well, I mean, that church has so many fun little cubbies and stuff you could hide. I mean,
Less literal, but yes.
they keep changing things, but you know.
It'll feel late to you, but let him find you.
Because regardless of what time it is, it's just the right time.
We think it's too late. His time is always perfect. What wizards claim about themselves is true of God. Mm-hmm. He's always on time.
Mm-hmm. All right, so go down below, comment with your thoughts about this song and its theology.
Or maybe you got another song you want us to go and tear apart. See if it's good. Maybe it's bad.
Those are more fun.
They are more fun.
Especially when they're Christian songs.
Especially when they're...
Oh, yeah.
The best ones are the ones that aren't trying to be good, that are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Followed immediately by the ones that are trying to be good
mm-hmm.
and are not.
No, that's exactly our sweet spot.
Yeah.
The secular songs that are inadvertently good, and then the religious songs that are unintentionally bad. Yeah. That's our lane.
Mm-hmm. So if you know some of those, go put them down in the comments below. We would love to go and review them.
Mm-hmm. So please give us your suggestions. Give this episode a like. Subscribe to our channel. Ring the church bell to be notified the next time we discuss theology, good and or bad.
Only no new songs. As we've pointed out, we kind of only do things that have been in the zeitgeist for a while.
Songs written after 2010. What? People still write music? Ridiculous.
And until next time, remember to live your faith.
Love your faith.
Share that love.